Today we're going to be doing some chicken thighs. They have the skin on, and they also have the bone. When I roast chicken like that, I like the bone on it. I feel it gives it a little bit more flavor. And we're gonna roast this and probably do some kind of vegetable with it. A tin pan, throwaway, disposable, and I just line it in with another piece of aluminum, just for double protection in case it gets pierced or whatever. And I take a little bit of olive oil onto the bottom of the pan, and I just lightly brush it around, just keep the chicken from sticking a little bit. Now, chicken already washed, and I will place them into the pan. Now, I like chicken thighs. I use it boneless sometimes, but to me these have a little bit more flavor, just because with the bone in, it could be just from old ways of thinking, but always an old Louis Prima song, closer to the bone, the sweeter the meat. And that's my philosophy on it. Just rinse my hands off a little bit. Okay. Now, I also like to take a little bit of olive oil and just put a little bit on the top of it, and then spread it around just so that my seasoning sticks. Now, initial cook, when I first started with this, I'll just put a little bit of seasoning on just to give some flavor throughout. And I use my Tommy spice. And everybody says, whoa, there it is. Everybody asks me, what is Tommy spice? Well, basically, Tommy spice is all my common spices that I use. It could be yours. Whatever common spice that you use. For instance, mine's onion and garlic. Granulated, I like to use it instead. I also use a nice paprika, some thyme, saffron. Everybody says, oh, that's kind of expensive. Well, if you get it, there is a Spanish section that has it. It's very good. Nice taste to it. Also some ground rosemary. I use some sage in it. Oregano. Parsley. And there it is. Salt and pepper. And I mix it up. Put it all together, and I put it in my little shaker jar. Rather than coming out and bringing out 5 or 6 different bottles, I just put everything in one. And it comes out pretty nice. Okay. So there it is. Now I'm going to put it in an oven now for 350, and we're going to probably cook it for about 2 hours. Okay, now the chicken's been in the oven for now close to 2 hours, and it's got a nice golden brown to it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little extra flavor to it. I'm going to be adding in some Old Crow Kentucky bourbon. I used to make this dish years ago, and it is absolutely delicious. Just a little bit. Alcohol's not going to affect it. It's going to burn off. Hardly any sugar in it. If it does, it'll burn. It'll also burn off and won't affect anything to do with your blood sugar. And then I'm just going to baste residuals back on. And then, like I said before, now I'll just add a little bit more of the Tommy spice back on. Get that a little extra bang to it. Nice taste. And we'll put that back in the oven. Okay, got the pan heating up. And add about a tablespoon of butter. And also a little bit of olive oil. Spin this around a little bit. I'm going to be making a riced cauliflower, and just add some peppers, onions, some garlic, and a little kicker to it. I'm going to put a little fresh ginger in it. All right. Over here's ginger. Over here's the garlic. Put them to the pan. Get it going a little bit. Now I have a small onion, diced, and a couple of the little organic peppers. I'm liking them more and more for some reason or another. And I'm going to spin that around a little bit. I'm just going to get some color on there. And I'm going to throw some of my Tommy Spice on. Now, I'm also going to be using some of my, it's a garlic base, okay, gives it a nice flavor to it. What I do is I put it's probably a teaspoon and with water mixed up in there. Gives a nice garlicky based flavor. And also I'll be adding my liquid amino. Okay, this is much better than soy sauce. I don't know if you can see, but the ingredients, there's only a couple. Alright, I'm going to spin that around. Okay, so as these onions, garlic, ginger, and pepper are getting a little translucent. Tuesday was my birthday, and we went out for dinner. I actually went out on Monday night. I had a relative come in from out of town. And yesterday we did some casino hopping, just to get out and about. We haven't been out in a long time. And I guess my point is, we had dinner at a casino, but it was completely caught me off guard because I just figured we're going to have some steak. But they had a prime rib, and they were very accommodating. I explained to them that I don't do any starches, I don't do any breads or anything like that, and they were pretty well accommodating. So you can go and eat out without a problem if you just explain to them and what it is. So some places you might have to pay a little bit more, but that's why I tend to cook at home. It's much easier. This is cooking away just perfect. Now I'm going to add the amino. Now one serving is a teaspoon, but I've found out that 1 teaspoon just doesn't give the flavor that I want. So I'll put 2 tablespoons in. And there again, carb count. I got to get this camera right here. But you can see the stuff that's on it. I mean, the carbs are nothing. I mean, ingredients are nothing. Gives it a great taste. Good stuff. And just flip that around a little bit. Drunken chicken thigh. It was roasted first, and then we finish it off in a nice bourbon. The bourbon dissipates, but gives it some flavor. And then we have rice cauliflower. There again, not rice. It's cauliflower. But with pepper, some onion, garlic, ginger, and sauteed up. See how we do. Wow, very good. So there you go. Keto again, done easy.